What's the place called that he lives in now? When
The
Elle
Upside
knocked
Down?
him to no, it's not the upside down. She
It is
knocked
the Upside Down.
No, the red place. It's not the
It's
upside.
upside down.
I think it's a different type of place.
That's all the upside down.
Blackburn. Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new series review. Today we're gonna be reviewing.
Stranger Things.
We're doing season 4.
Okay, season 4.
I can't believe you said 1 through 4.
It's so long. I didn't know
That'd be
what.
like a 3-hour video.
I was wondering. I said, "Who he got me thinking about a lot of stuff."
No, season 4.
Season 4.
All right, where we starting?
Start from the beginning of season 4.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
'Cause I don't
11
remember.
has moved to another. 11, Will, and Joyce have moved away,
Mhm.
and Jonathan from Hawkins, and they're trying to start a new life. And it starts off with 11 writing a letter to Mike about the visit that's about to come up, and she can't wait to see him.
True.
And she's telling him all these good things that's happening in her town, which is pretty much fabricated. But
Exactly.
she's telling all this stuff.
It's a bunch of malarkey.
A bunch of baloney, right?
Because she's pretty much getting picked on, just like
Yes.
just like Mike and the crew used to get picked on.
Yes.
So kind of sucks for her because
She's just trying to be a normal kid.
yeah.
She don't have any
But
power.
but she's not normal. I mean, she's
Oh,
trying to be
yeah.
normal, but she's
Yeah.
not normal.
Yeah,
And she's
she's
still
been through a lot.
she's getting picked on by the the who's who of the crowd, of the school or whatever, and she, for whatever reason, doesn't want to let
Mike know.
doesn't let Mike know when he comes to visit. She tries to
Paint this picture.
like she's not getting picked on.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think she did that for?
Probably because she didn't want him to feel worried about her, or she wanted him to think that she was living a happy life, and moving along.
Well, overall, 11 goes through a lot of growth and a lot of the inward inspecting of what's going on. Comparing her life and trying to understand the things that happened in the past and trying to understand who she is, because I think overall she still thinks. And just like you said, that she really wants to just be a regular person, and she doesn't want to be a quote unquote monster. I think that she thinks that, or has a fear of what if she is a monster, and she's trying her hardest not to be that. And overall she learns in going through what he would say. I don't even know what word was. What did Papa put her through?
Papa put her through some
memories, basically.
Yeah, they put her through some craziness.
And in order to basically, because she goes through this set with, like you said, she doesn't have her powers, and so Papa puts her through this thing where they try to get her powers back. What's the homie name? I can't think, because she trusts him.
Oh, Dr. Owens.
Dr. Owens. Yeah, she trusts Dr. Owens and goes along with him, through this quest to try to, get her powers back. And and this happens after, after she busts, like we said, the people that was teasing her, she busts her upside the head with a skate. Yeah. Because they kept talking. You know what I'm saying? You keep talking, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to bust you.
Right.
That's what she did. She came up and, took the skate, pop. You know what I'm saying? Actually, when I pop, it was just a pop. And like she ain't gonna do no more talking now.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody. But it was a bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
Because you could have killed her.
Yeah, she could have.
Dr. Owens comes in there and was like, okay, I'm gonna help you out, because they took her to jail and everything.
Yeah.
And,
but Dr. Owens, he needed her because some stuff was going on back in Hawkins. And so he felt like she was the only hope. So it was a different reason too. I think Papa was trying to use her to find Vecna, but then Dr. Owens was trying to use her to save the world. So one was trying to create her.
I don't necessarily know if Dr. Owens was quote unquote trying to use her.
Yeah, but I guess I'm saying using her for good versus evil.
I mean, but with the whole, you say use, it's like I'm using.
Always have to be a negative.
That's the way you're using it. But y'all comment down below what y'all think about Papa. You know what I'm saying?
His intentions.
Did he just strictly have nefarious reasons for trying to use Elle, or did he actually love her? Because I guess right before he That's another thing too. Comment if you think he's dead or not, because we thought he died once before, and he sure enough just popped back up.
That's it.
So, do you think he really loves Elle, or do you think that he just really just wants to use her for her
personal
gifts?
gain? Mm-hmm.
Right. And like you said, was it just strictly just to try to find one or to look for one?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So and
speaking of Hawkins,
okay,
want to slide over there, see what's happening. People are disappearing and dying. It's like teenagers are just dying, and people don't know what's going on. And one particular cheerleader girl that passed away in Eddie's trailer, which is the Hellfire. He's over the Hellfire Club.
He is.
And
Eddie Munson.
Yeah, and he's newfound friends with what's his name? He's newfound friends with
the people.
With Dustin.
Yeah.
With Dustin and
Dustin, Lucas.
Dustin, Lucas.
Dustin and Lucas because Mike. Yeah, Dustin and Lucas because Mike is gone. And,
but Lucas is on the fence too because he's trying to play basketball and disassociate himself from the group.
Right.
You're trying to be a cool kid, but sir, you're not a cool. You can be both. So.
I mean, yeah, you can, but I don't know.
You was a cool kid and a nerd at the same time.
This is definitely not about me.
But no, for real. So Dustin's like, no, I know Eddie didn't have anything to do with her murder, so now they're on a quest to figure out what's going on in the town.
Right.
What's causing these murders? What's the deal?
I agree. That's they're going on this idea because Dustin is really vouching for Eddie and saying that he's not like that. And, the whole town is thinking that. So, Dustin pretty much they go to find him. And so what do you think overall about Eddie's character?
I think that Eddie, I felt like they tried to Salem witch trial Eddie. Like basically they were saying because he's in this Hellfire Club, because he's different, that he has something wrong with him. He got to be practicing witchcraft and deviltry and worshiping, all this stuff, sorcery. That's not even the case. He just found an outlet. We talk about people that's bullied all the time and they need an outlet. He found an outlet to keep him sane, basically.
Yeah, he did, and I think he was one of the funnier characters.
Yes, he was.
He definitely brought a lot of comic relief, and he had a triumphant moment, in the end of everything. And I guess they kind of set everything up for that. Unfortunately, if you would have been paying attention, which I guess I kept missing it, but I did notice how he kept pointing out how he's pretty much like a coward, so to speak, and when situations come, he always runs. I mean, even when your boy Steve, when he got pulled in the Watergate, and the girls, they jumped right in after him, and he was like the last one to jump in, and he would, even when he talks to Steve about the whole situation, he's pretty much like, I didn't. Only reason I kind of jumped in is because I didn't want to be the one that didn't, that didn't jump in. But and at the end, he did, make that sacrifice, to try to, to lead off the little bat thingies away from everybody, and unfortunately, that led to his demise. But
he went out. He did not run this time, so he went out as a victorious.
Yeah, he went out as the hero, just like Dustin. Dustin told his uncle. He went to go talk to his uncle and let him know that he was indeed a hero, because even in his death, people were still blaming him and calling him, and they had this idea that all the bad stuff that's happening in Hawkins, that he was the reason, and he was not.
He was not. Absolutely
not at all.
It was definitely Vecna, which we got to learn about his story during season 4.
Yeah. Overall, Vecna /
Peter.
Is that his name?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, well, tell me what you think about Peter.
Peter.
I don't remember Peter. But yeah, you're right. It is Peter.
Peter was a sad boy. And what I didn't understand, though, is, okay, Peter, killed his whole family. I wonder, did Papa know that he killed his family? Because why would you have him working with these other students? I could see him using him to
because of his power.
Right.
And he's obsessed with power. And I guess that was the whole idea.
Yeah.
That's one thing I did think about, though. And I guess, the chip inhibited him
Yeah,
from using his
leaving
power.
and from leaving.
Because that was a dumb part. Because I was
Yeah.
going to say, as powerful as he is, you would think he would have been able to take the little chip out of his neck anyway.
himself.
But that was the whole
Yeah.
thing. He because he knew or had an idea of how strong he was. I think Papa was obsessed with power, I guess, and like treating them like they were just little chemistry experiments, and wanting to test them and wanting to he's like a bad Professor X, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much, like he tried to teach them how to use their powers, but it was more so in an exploratory, for his own exploratory manner, and not necessarily to, like, when you say it like that, like he was trying to take over the world or something. Like, I don't even necessarily think it was like that. It was just almost just for exploratory purposes, just to learn and seeing how far he could push them and what he could get them to do and whatever. But it was all under his watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had them locked down, had him in jail, and what have you.
The cameras all on them.
But obviously Peter / the one / Vecna one having it. Another question that I got kind of confused with, because how they were swinging everything, it was like Vecna was like an evil spirit or what have you. And then of course later on we find out that he was not an evil spirit, but he was indeed, like you said, he was Peter, aka the first patient, that of Papa's or what have you. But I guess the confusing thing is because when you were learning about the house and everything that happened, and when they were setting up like it was a spirit, I thought they had seen paper clippings or whatever of things that had took place way further in the past. Yeah. Like things did take place. So y'all comment down below if y'all seen that and if they ever explain that. Because if there were things that previously happened in the house, then how did that explain what happened?
Because remember when he went to the what's the place called that he lives in now? When Elle knocked him to... No, this is not the Upside Down.
It is Upside Down.
No, the red place. It's not the Upside
Down.
I think it's a different type of place.
That's all the Upside Down. When she talking about when they battled at the end, you know what I'm saying? And when she first sent him there, and how he was floating and he got struck by lightning and his skin got peeled off.
Yeah, but
it's Upside Down.
They called it something different.
Well,
but anyway, he stumbled upon all these creatures, and one of the creatures he stumbled upon was like some dust.
That's the mind flayer.
Yeah, the mind flayer, and he created it into this into the
image of a spider.
In the spider, and I think
because
that
he was obsessed
got
with Black
into
Widows.
him. I think that took over his body and caused him to kind of. I think they joined forces in that place. Hey, what did they call that place?
I thought he.
Remember they said that they sent Elle to the.
It's the Upside Down. It's all the Upside Down. I don't know, but
because those other creatures, they didn't explain like how the Demigod and all these things were connected. So I
think they did. I think it was all him. It was all the one, all Vecna. That's what it said. That's the thing. That the whole time it's been Vecna. That's the whole time. Every time.
But is he creating these other creatures?
I don't know if he's necessarily creating them, but he is using them as a means to accomplish whatever he's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Just like in this season, he's trying to take one's powers so he can open up the portals or whatever.
Yeah.
Or that's what he was trying to do. Yeah. But that's why he ended up.
But remember, he ended
coming up with this new way of doing that, right?
By killing people.
The high school students.
Yeah. And
opening up a portal. and basically taking over the whole world.
Right.
And changing it to the Upside Down.
Right.
So yeah, but the
and his motive, I don't know about his motive for doing all this. Like, okay, you was different, but why kill your family? I mean, if you wouldn't have killed your family, you wouldn't have ended up in the mental hospital with Papa in the first place. So what was your motive from a kid's perspective? Like, why did you kill them in the first place? That's
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. They probably could have fleshed out the whole reason behind him being other than him just being crazy.
Yeah, like, okay, he knows he's different.
Right, because it was almost more or less like his family was just getting on his nerves.
Yeah,
so he was like, I'm tired of y'all.
Right, and then the daddy didn't die, so he was like,
all right, shout out to Robert England.
I
don't know if y'all didn't know that. That was that was a
One
Easter egg. That was an Easter egg there. That Robert England played
his
dad. Played Freddy Krueger. That played his dad. So yeah. But yeah, overall, Vecna / Peter / the One is a menacing, scary, magnificent character within this. He's probably the best character that they've had. Best antagonist that they've had throughout all these seasons. And I believe that says a lot. Like he is menacing, and he's
a force to be working with.
He definitely is. So shout out to Jamie Campbell for his portrayal of him. Okay, so we talked about one, and we talked about L real quick. Well, we can go back to 11. You know what I'm saying? And like we were speaking to her, like she learned that it was actually him who ended up killing everybody in the what's the place that they call? Where is that at?
Experimental.
the place.
Yeah, the place.
In the place that they're at.
Yeah.
She kept thinking she had this memory, and we were led to believe almost like that it was her, but it actually was the one.
Yeah. Now she did have some part, a minute part in it, because she took the thing out of his neck, which caused him to kill everybody.
Right. In the same,
but she didn't know that was gonna happen.
Right. In the same token, he used her, and he manipulated her. He tricked me.
Yeah.
I thought
he was with her.
I thought he was one of the
about to help her escape.
And I think, but that you could say he quote unquote groomed her or whatever, because he kept, what I'm saying, he kept doing nice stuff. And it really, I guess the really thing was when she seen him, getting like, electrocuted or whatever, and they was talking about it, and he was like, you got hurt when you tried to help me.
Yeah.
And so that really made her like, okay, well, I got to help him out. You know what I'm saying? She's actually trying to help. She's trying to help. I hope y'all can't hear that car. That car's the loudest crap. But anywho, you helped me, I got to help you out. So
yeah.
So he kind of tricked her, but one interesting thing, and then we'll try to move on to another character that I kept saying, and it reminded me of X-Men First Class, when Professor X is trying to teach Magneto and how to make his powers stronger. And overall, what they kept teaching him, what they kept teaching her rather, is using anger, using stuff to make you mad to use your powers or whatever. But it was actually the power, the thought of love that actually helped her to I don't want to say overpower, but to overpower him and within that moment when everything seemed like everything is lost or what have you, and it looks like everything is going down, which I guess it ended up going that way anyway. But she, she had that glimpse, of like her mom or whatever, and that thought of love helped her, to bust out of everything, and to get the upper hand for a brief minute. So I wonder where that's gonna take her, later on, as far as her powers and being able to use them, and being able to understand, if love, is a major key to helping her get better, get stronger, and helping her use her powers. All right, so I guess we'll move on from L to Mike, which is her love interest. I feel like this season I don't know, because there was so much going on, I guess we didn't get a lot of Mike. What do you think?
No,
you agree?
we didn't get a lot of Mike. He came in to try to rescue her, basically, and he was he played a pivotal role in helping her fight Vecna at the end, which is very important.
I mean, it's pretty much like your boy said, like
he's the heart.
Is it Jonathan?
Yeah. No, you're talking about Will.
Will, yeah.
He's the heart of the group.
Oh, yeah, and that was definitely a showcase of him being the heart. And I think that I think that is the truth. Like, he pretty much is the leader of the group. A lot of times, when it comes to decisions being made and which way they should go and what they should do, Mike is the one that calls the shots. And so that was definitely a showcase of him being, quote unquote, the heart of the group. Yeah. But yeah, I do think that he didn't get as much screen time. I think as compared to a lot of the other seasons, but I guess with this particular season there was a lot going on. But yeah, I like Mike's character, and I'd like to see where he continues to go, where he continues to be the leader and be the one, to get everybody together and help them make the right decisions. Yeah,
because speaking of that, like, everybody was separate this season, which is really interesting.
Everybody was separate.
Yeah, we had Steve and Vicky.
Before we get into Steve and Vicky, I was just gonna go from Mike to what's your homeboy name?
Lucas?
No, not Lucas. To Will. Is that his name?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, to Will.
Yeah, he was with Mike.
Yeah,
and Elle.
And and Will's, I guess similar to like I said with Mike, we necessarily didn't get a bunch of time with him, but we did get a little bit of time with him, and we got to learn, I guess, more about him. He has been, I guess, stressed about everything. Like he has, out of everybody. I mean, I guess everybody's went through things, but arguably he's went through the most. Especially when you look at what happened to him in the first and second season, and so him even being able to sense Vecna and going through that, and him, wanting, I think, them growing up, and I think that happens sometimes. A lot of times when you have your friends and you grow up and the friends start going different directions and are not hanging out as much, it affects him the most. And I think one of the reasons it affects him the most because I think that's what it showed, that he truly has feelings for Mike. I think that's what it is. I think they showed that when he was talking about the painting, and he was asking about Mike was asking him why'd you paint it, and he put it off on Elle, like Elle told him to paint it. But Elle, if you narrating at the very beginning, she was saying that she doesn't know, what he's painting. So, and even his brother, I think his brother even peeped that out, that when he was talking about it, and his brother, and that was a really touching moment when his brother was able to come to him and tell him, hey, at the end of the day, regardless of what, I am your brother, and I can, I'm here for you, and if you need to talk about something, we can talk about something. So I thought that was a really touching moment between brothers. And I guess, and that was another thing, I guess, even to go along the line, with Jonathan as well, like that whole group, with and except Elle, but when it comes to Jonathan, and when it comes to Mike, and when it comes to Will, that group, I don't think we got as much with that group, in comparison
on them finding, I think, Elle.
Right, saying, in comparison to everybody else. But that's another thing. Jonathan, I think, is going through a lot, and I think he's in a midlife crisis is what I would like to say. Like, it's not midlife, of course, but that's why I say it's midlife, because I think he's trying to go to college, but I don't think he's necessarily going to get into the same college as what's his girlfriend's name? That's Nancy. And so he's kind of bummed out about that situation. So he seems like he just kind of chills and smoke weed every day. It's pretty much just is what he's doing. Would you agree?
Yeah, he made a couple of new friends out in the new city.
Yeah, Argyle.
Okay. Yeah, that's his new buddy, and he's super funny. He was a good asset to the group. This because it's all heavy, especially when you're dealing with Mike, Will, and Jonathan. He's like the comic relief of the group, and he's like, he is hilarious, and he's like carefree, and then he's just like, oh my gosh. And
so I guess Jonathan, with going through all that, with his situation with him and Nancy, I think they are, as a result, kind of growing apart. And so that kind of sucks for him. But that, like I said, that I did like that moment that he was able to have with his brother to let him know that he's always going to be there for him.
Yeah. All
right, so let's go to Nancy. Nancy's trying to similar to.
She's working.
Yeah.
She's working.
But she's trying to work,
Yeah, she's got the school paper or something that she works on now.
I think she graduated or whatever, so she's trying to have a real job.
Yeah, but remember they fired her from the other place because her and Jonathan was working at that other news place.
Right.
And the men were really.
Oh yeah, so that wasn't season 4. Right. Okay.
And so then now she's doing something like independent with some. It's like she's the lead. Of whatever.
Gotcha.
She's
right.
like the boss.
Yeah, you're right.
So.
Everything's just going together.
Yeah. So she's like on her grind. She's still trying to keep what's going on at Hawkins in the paper and keeping everybody abreast of what's happening. She's also trying to figure out like why Jonathan is being so distant, but there's no communication between them, and so he's not letting her know what's going on with him, and she hasn't heard from him, so she's kind of just like doing her thing. But her and Steve kind of reconnect this season.
Yeah, and I think her and Steve reconnect as a result of everything that goes on. It's actually I guess this is one of those situations, we've talked about this in other videos, but and a lot of times when you have situations similar to this, especially when it's when you have love triangles going on, I guess one thing that I always talk about is the motive. Like, what was your motive? And I think Nancy definitely, it was not her motive into having this situation happen, but it kind of just happened that way.
And
you know.
then Steve is a bad A now. So at first
Now?
it was like, I mean, when at the very beginning, remember when he came in?
We talking about season 1 compared to now?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
yeah,
grown a lot.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
So-
season 1 he was
So
a
now
bit.
he's looking real good too.
I mean, I think he's always looked good. He's always been
Yeah.
an attractive person,
No,
I guess.
but I mean, like-
in season 1 he was a douche.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
he's
you know what I'm
grown
saying.
a lot
but,
over the years.
But compared from after season 1 on, and I think that's just why he's a favorite or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has, he's changed, what type of person he was. He was those type of people that would make fun of L or make fun of, to the in crowd people. You know what I'm saying? Which that part, I will say that might be one of the only things that I don't. Not that I don't like, but maybe a negative is the formulaic, them versus us type of the popular crowd picking on the nerdy kids. Mm-hmm. It's like this is every school like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know a lot of schools they got cliques, and I understand how that works. But do all the popular kids always picking on the not so popular kids? It's like, I don't know. You comment down below. Let me know. How was your school? Did you get picked on? Was it
were
like
you
that?
the picker?
Well, were you the picker? Did you pick on people?
Did you pick on people?
You know what I'm saying? Did you was your school like that? Did your school have cliques? And did the popular kids pick on the not so popular kids? I feel like ever since after season 1,
Yeah.
He's been on this journey.
He was.
So.
But they had a conversation about how, like, in school, he would never even look her way. Like, him and Robin had that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, you used to be, like, look over me and this and that. And now, look at us. We're friends. We're, like, teaming up together. They're, like, they talk to each other about females and her, her love interest, his love interest.
Yeah, I do like their friendship and how that friendship has blossomed. Yeah. And I think Robin is another interesting character. She I like how she's how her role has grown from I think season 3 to season 4, and how she has more lines and
go get her.
And
too.
I guess
she's like, let's ride, let's jump in there.
Right, yeah, and that's the thing. Like she I want to say I don't know what it is about her. Like she provides comic relief, but also she actually helps to solve issues and solve problems. So she's a problem solver, and she's a go-getter. She's that friend that's gonna be like, okay, so what are we doing?
We gotta do.
Okay, this is what we gotta do. Okay, I'm with it. Like let's go. Let's push. So I like Robin's character as well.
Yeah, she's great.
Okay, so who should we go to now? We did Robin. We did, what's the name?
So can we talk about how Lucas kind of steered the popular boys away from Eddie? Like, he was trying to get in with the. So
okay,
that was
before,
a positive. Okay.
No, go ahead. Well, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that was a positive of him being like on the basketball team, as he kind of was able to like steer them away for a little while of Eddie so that he could be safe while they got him somewhere safe.
Yeah, that worked out for him. But Lucas was kind of being on that BS at first though. He got kind of caught up and didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like if he wanted to be in the in crowd or what have you.
Because he was denouncing the Dungeon and Dragon people and everything. He's like, nah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to remember. Was he doing that just to try to throw them off from them or what? I can't remember. Everything is like just one big blur or whatever. But I do remember at one point it seemed like he was like he acted like he didn't want to mess with them or whatever. And he was because he wanted to be in the in crowd or what have you. But he did. But just like I said, it wasn't even about basketball. He just wanted things to be different. He wanted to be like
the popular,
like I say, or just not to be picked on. Like
he did say, tired of being the butt of the jokes, or
what did you say?
The butt of blunt.
The butt of the joke.
Yeah.
Yes, like you.
No, you don't.
See what I did there.
Whatever.
But yeah, he talked to them about it, like he started to get picked on, and you gotta look at it, and I think at one point we figured it out too, because I got kind of confused when I was trying to figure out how old and what age are they and what grade are they in. But like the middle school is like right here and the high school is like right here, and I didn't realize that until maybe like season 3, I guess, or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what it like. Whatever. But within these past, 3, 4, 5 years, however long it's been, he probably be consistently getting picked on, and he just tired of it. So maybe if we get to, he on the basketball team, maybe that won't happen.
Yeah.
But like you said, shout out to Lucas, and he showed a lot of heart, what I'm saying,
Bro.
with his
Max.
feelings for Max, and just him being there for Max. Yeah, she
went through the ringer.
She did, and she's one of the I don't know. It's hard. I can't even say who the top characters is. That'll be a hard thing to do.
Yeah, but like she's already got a hard knock life as is, and then to have to deal with this extraterrestrial stuff on top of top of having a hard knock life, seeing her stepbrother die in front of her, all that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and she's trying to carry the weight of all that, what I'm saying, on her own, and she's shutting out Lucas, and she's shutting out the crew and what have you. And I wonder, does that play? Does the fact that Elle not being there?
Oh yeah.
Play into that, because they did get a lot closer. So I think maybe if Elle would have been there, maybe what I'm saying, she could have had that female energy and been more likely to open up. But yeah, she's closed off, and that being that closed off and feeling that guilt or whatever is one of the things that Vecna uses, to get her. And so that sucks for her. She was a part of one of the just emotional episodes. I think what she went through, and just her. And like throughout the whole, the whole season, like it was so many times that you like, you're pulling for her, and you're like hoping that that she doesn't get got, and like she time and time again, it was like two, three times, like you're just like, oh please, come on Max, pull through, or like get the music, like something.
Somebody help her.
Right, and so she played the hell out of a part. I feel so sad for her. I'm hoping
that she pulls through.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna work in season 5.
And did you notice that like her parents wasn't by her bedside?
That
Lucas
is true.
Was like
whack ass.
She already
got about that.
Yeah, they wasn't nowhere. Lucas up there with her the whole time.
Reading to her and stuff.
Yeah.
I just not thought about that.
And she's still in high school. She's a kid.
I just not thought about that, dude.
Yeah.
You would have thought. Now, they could be dead though.
Could be.
And shout out to Dustin. I feel like Dustin. I want to say Dustin, I think, has always been able to show how smart he is, but I feel like he almost stepped up and was almost more so a leader, what I'm saying, in this season, with decisions, that were being made, and just, figuring out, how things work when it comes to the connection to, what I'm saying, the upside down, and what they should do and how they should go about doing it, and between him being a leader and between, what I'm saying, the heart that he showed, especially with, everything that was going on with Eddie, and how it touched him, and how it was so messed up for him, but shout out to him, like he did an excellent job of portraying that, and just coming of age, and being a leader.
But we didn't talk about Erica.
That's what I was about to go to. I was about to go to Erica, and I love Erica. She continues.
Sassy.
Yes, sassy but classy.
Yes.
But I even knew that about her character. It's like you just knew that they was gonna give her more. It's like even like season 1, when she would have just like 3 lines, you'd be like, I want to hear her talk more. Like, what does she got to say? She's funny. She's hilarious. She's super precocious.
She's witty.
Like witty. Like I want to hear more. What she says. So I feel like So I think in season 2, she got a lot more than season 3, not as much. I think.
No, season 3 is when they was at the mall and stuff, and she helped them break into the.
Is it?
Yeah, they went in the elevator. That was season 3.
Maybe. Okay, well maybe. So maybe it was.
She got
okay,
more.
well maybe it was season 2 that she didn't get as much as I thought she would have.
Yeah.
But in season 3 she got a lot more, and this season 4 she didn't. I feel like she didn't get as much as well. Maybe that's what it was. She didn't get as much this season. Yeah. But the parts that she did good, you know what I'm saying, she did show, you know, how smart she is.
That boy gonna try to beat her up.
Yeah.
Made me mad.
Yeah.
Get off that little girl.
All right. Yeah, that did make me a little angry. But
yeah, she got him though.
But Erica is so smart. You know, she always shows how important she is. You know what I'm saying?
She's the only one who knew Morse code, right?
Because
she was doing it with the light with her brother.
Yeah, I don't know if she was the only one that knew it, but might have been. But yeah, but yeah, she always shows how important she is and how smart she is. So shout out to Erica. Okay, so I believe that is all the kids, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get into the adults. Let's start with your boy Hopper.
Oh, Hopper has been through so much.
We thought he was
have
dead.
been through so much.
Right.
Yeah, but we didn't see him die. But we did think he was dead. And then he sent this.
That's what I've always.
How did he even get to send a package from the jailhouse to
the homie? The
he was working with him.
Dimitri.
Dimitri was working with him.
So,
yeah,
he sent that working with Dimitri. Which is, I think that was the first episode, if I'm not mistaken. And so, you know, that they're off to the races, and then, you know, once he sent that package, you know, it was on for, for Joyce and what's the dude's name? The funny dude, which I love his character too.
Right there with the glasses on.
Murray. Yeah. I love Murray, and he's another character that I'm glad that he got more, because he's just super funny. He's super funny, like every time, and he's helpful. He's one.
Russian.
He's super helpful.
We needed him.
And so and him, how helpful he is, and just how funny he is. I love that Murray got more screen time. And you know, Joyce is a ride or die. Like,
she is, baby.
Like,
went all the way.
And Joyce is, like you said, talking about people. You know what I'm saying? Just how you said that Hopper has been through a lot. Joyce has been through a lot as well, and so she kept kind of having flashbacks, dealing with, you know, the Demogorgons and dealing with the things that she was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they were able to, you know, put it together, you know, and rely on each other, especially, you know what I'm saying, with Dimitri and them, and when the other guy, what was the other guy's name? The other Russian that turned their back on him. He was so trash.
He just was about that money.
They didn't knock him off. Like, like he was so annoying. Like he was all about the money, which a lot of times.
That's how people are.
A lot of times people be like that. Yeah. They be all about the money, like, you know. And it was good that they finally was able to, you know, to get him to at the last minute to be like, because he was BSing them. He it looked like a spark plug. I don't know that much about cars or helicopters. Nevertheless, but it looked like helicopter / airplane. But he took that important part in there, and he was just like, you know what I'm saying, jerking him around or whatever. And, you know, he called him out on it, you know, and finally he was able, you know, to be like, okay, let me do what's right, you know, to help them out.
Yeah.
But I think that is everyone, or the majority of everyone. But yeah, overall, I guess we'll go ahead, since we talked about all the characters, you know what I'm saying, it's been such an interesting season, we could probably talk about this for days, but we'll go ahead and get to the favorite part of the video, and that's the rating.
Oh, A+. Hands down. This was it had, dramatic, the sci-fi piece, the acting, oh my gosh, those kids, they're going to win some Oscars, Emmys, whatever they win, Emmys, Oscars next year. It's going to be some, they better be up for a lot for Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and agree and give it an A+, from, you know, overall, especially from just the horror element.
Yes.
Like, you know, horror is one of my favorite genres when it comes to movies or series and whatnot. And honestly, we were late to the Stranger Things train, but, you know, when we hopped on, and, you know, from just all the dramatic effects, and of course, you know what I'm saying, they're live in the 80s, and the way that they incorporate so many different ways that they show the 80s and you know, when it comes to all the Easter eggs that they have, and just like she said, the acting, you know, from top to bottom, you know, and like it's just overall this is an excellent show, phenomenal show. And I would assume if you watched all of this that you have actually seen it. So if you actually sat through this and you hadn't watched it, then you need to get on it like ASAP. All right, if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would definitely appreciate it. And you can see more videos like this one. And if you want to go ahead and hit another button, that button is shaped like a bell. If you go ahead and hit that button, you get a notification
every time we
drop a new video. Alright, if you want to go, let's do have one more favor. If you want to go ahead and comment down below. I know we've been talking for a little minute.
Yeah, we said several things.
We did say several things, but just we want to give them a reminder or anything else that comes to your mind.
Yeah, so we talked about what was Papa's motive.
Does Papa really love
Elle, or was he just using her?
Okay. What else?
How do you think Max is gonna pull through?
No, yeah. Do you think Max is gonna pull through? And what do you think about Will? Do you think Will really likes Mike?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm. Any other?
What
do you think about season 5?
Yeah. What do you think is gonna happen?
What do you think is gonna happen in season 5?
Be very careful. Tread lightly. No, in the comments.
Right, tread lightly.
Y'all
because some of y'all be smart. Y'all be having to hook up for stuff.
How you know that?
How do you know all this information?
You must be kin to the Duffel brothers.
You're right, kin. Right.
You got the inside scoop.
Right. All right, we appreciate every single one of you, and I guess we'll holler at you. Peace.